Hey everybody, Little Joy here, and today I am back with another video. So today, for my video at least, I am going to be drawing my very first OC that I've drawn. And let me tell you, she has gone through so many changes throughout these years, like it's not even funny. And there's another OC that's like my second OC. I'm probably going to draw her after this, but I'm not quite sure when. But today I just wanted to draw her in the most recent way that I drew her. And I absolutely love how she looks in this video. And the entire process for this drawing in general was just super fun and exciting to make. It really let my creativity flow, I think. So I'm honestly, I know if you're subscribed and you still want to continue watching the 7 Deadly Sins ones, I'm not sure if I'm going to be making any more. I really just don't have any motivation. And I seem to realize that after kind of like drawing a few of them, and I just don't seem to have any motivation for it for some reason. So you might see a few of them later, but I think it's mostly just going to be like me just drawing things that I like, really. And I know I have a couple of comic ideas, but it's just that the 7 Deadly Sins ones that I've had for quite a few years, I'm really glad that I did draw a few of them out, and I am glad that I actually decided to make a digital drawing to see how I would feel and everything. And I'm really glad it came to the realization that I feel like this would just put a lot, at least the comic in general, would put a lot of stress on me, and I just wouldn't feel as motivated as I would be able to with other things. So I'm very sorry, but I think you're just going to be mostly just seeing them pop up in a few videos every now and then with just me talking and, all the fun stuff. But I'm so sorry if that's what interested you guys. But like I said, I just did not have any of the motivation for it. So, and drawing my very first OC after I think it's been quite a few months since I drew them, and drawing them just really it made me really, really happy. And I just absolutely loved them, and it was just so much fun drawing them again and drawing their expression. And like I said, when I first started this video, they've gone through quite a few changes. I'll pop a few of them up, and how I actually made them into my very first OC is that I think it was some Pinterest picture, and I decided to draw it out because I was a young artist, trying to figure out my style and everything. I think I still have it, so I'll take a picture of it for you guys, and then I'll pop it up on the page, and then you can see the process and how they changed after it. More about this OC. She's actually a demon, and I feel like it's crazy that my very first OC was in fact a demon. When I first made her, she was very sarcastic, she was very rude. I made her, I think I made her like 5 foot or like 4'3", which I feel like is insane. Like, looking at her now and looking at some of her stats, she would have never been 4'3", so I don't know what I was thinking of, but she is not gonna be 4'3", let me promise you that. And she was just, in general, she was very snarky and very rude. And the second OC that I have, they were like friends, and the second OC is actually like a mermaid. So you'll most likely see her in a different video. And I actually never told you guys her name, so I'm so sorry, but my OC's name, the very first one, her name is Alexander, but Alex for short, so she goes by Alex. I am not very unique on names, but I'm not gonna change the name either way. I feel like it works well for her, in my opinion. And when I first drew her out, she actually had like pale white skin, because for some reason that's how most of my characters were. They had just like pale white skin, which is just annoying. I had no sense of what different skin colors would be or anything, so everyone I made was just pale white. So I'm just so glad that she's not pale white anymore. I actually made her more so a gray. I feel like that works more, at least for a demon. I'm not entirely sure. She's honestly probably gonna go through even more changes the more I draw her. So like, don't expect her to like look exactly the same. I think that's how it is for most OCs anyway. If you have your own OC, I think it really just goes that way in general. I hope you guys like her. Let me see if I can find it. I'm not entirely sure when her last OC thing was, but I think the most recent character sheet that I did was a couple years ago for her is the most towards to who she is. I just found it. Like some of her likes and dislikes. So here are some of her likes, which I feel like works absolutely well with who she is, which is black coffee, roses, ice cream, music, and quietness. I don't have much else on there for her likes, but hopefully I'll make another character sheet for her, and then you'll be able to see that. Some of her dislikes, though, are wine, snakes, loud noises, lobster, and I guess other demons. So that's just her most recent character sheet. I'm not too sure when I'll do another character sheet, but hopefully it will be soon. And same with the other OC. I completely forget her name. I think her name was like Lily or something. I'm not sure. It was Lizzie. I was close. And she's a mermaid, but like she doesn't really look much like a mermaid until my most recent redraw of her, at least in her human form. I don't really know. These were like my very first OCs, I promise. They're just not the greatest. And more so about this art, at least the drawing that's in the background, let me tell you what you're seeing right now. I was doing the shading and I was like halfway, like I was literally done with the skin shading, and I realized that I completely put it on the wrong layer. So I thought I would go ahead and try to like blend it in with the skin on the layer to see if it would work or anything, which is actually why this video is a little bit longer, because it completely messed up. So I thought I would go and try to see if it would work in any way possible, but I mean, in the end, I just had to recolor it. And let me tell you, you do not understand how frustrated I was over this. It was just so annoying to the point where I was like almost done. I felt like I was almost done with the drawing. And it's just the shading. It was so bad. And I'm so glad I recolored it and came out with the end drawing that I had. I think you guys are really going to like it. It was so much fun. I had a lot of fun playing with some different effects in Photoshop because, I don't really have any other products because, I've been using Photoshop for my graphic design where I'm in school now. And I was actually hoping to get this video earlier than when it was put out. And I'm so sorry. I even started earlier today. It's just the whole process of, like, that whole shading process really just, I feel like, made the video come out a little bit later than what it should have been. I'm so sorry, guys. But I do hope you like the end results. And yeah, I don't really have much else talked about, at least for the OC, so it's gonna be more so just more jabbering and yammering, and maybe more about the whole process of what's going on in the background. As you can see, I actually changed from the red background to a pink background, which I feel like works better with the color contrast with how I was drawing her and the colors that I made her. And this is also actually the first time I drew her digitally. So these are most likely going to be the colors that she keeps. I mean, hopefully, I'm not entirely sure. But hopefully, just in general, that it's going to be, hopefully it's just going to stay the same and it won't change too much when I do keep drawing her, because I understand how that can be sometimes. And oh, I don't know if you guys saw, but I did do blurred line art and at the very beginning of the video somewhat. So at the end you're going to be seeing the blurred line art, and I have to say it's been one of my favorite things to use and put on my drawings. It just, I feel like, adds a little bit more flavor to the drawing, if you understand what I mean. And I don't know if you know how to do it, but at least in Photoshop, I just duplicate the layer and then I put Gaussian blur on it, and then I put it on multiply. I don't know if I told you guys this already. Please don't mind me. I literally have the memory of a goldfish sometimes. So if I do repeat things, I'm so sorry. But I mean, hey, at least you won't forget the information that I'm telling you guys, right? And honestly, with what you're seeing right now, I was playing a lot with the highlights, or at least like trying to find good highlights and where the highlights would go. Because a lot of times highlights would at least be placed where you wouldn't think they would be placed, which I think is really interesting about art. And that's what I kind of tried to replicate here in this video as well. But yeah, and it was more so just playing with some opacity and different layerings with the rest of this video. I think a lot of them were on livid light or vivid light, so if you do want to play with that, have fun with that. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Bye!